Hey guys, welcome to another week of work. Someone asked me on TikTok, how do I afford to live in New York City? How do I afford my lifestyle? And this week will definitely show you a little bit more about my work. Why is this like smoking so hard? Anyway, I got a lot of positive feedback about my last work vlog. So I thought I would take you along another like week of work that's not as in person, that's a little bit more like remote and what I normally do get up to in the consulting side of things. I just want to say, like, when I do vlog, it does take a lot of time and energy to remember to vlog, because obviously you have like your normal work life. I'm trying to post TikToks, I'm trying to do my actual job, and then film this. So if I do miss things, I'm really sorry. But I also, last vlog, I didn't really show you like the content side of things, like how I plan and structure like my TikTok, my weekly recap, my Instagram posts, and kind of like all the effort, I guess, that goes into all of the multi-channel approaches. I do have a work account, like a TikTok, that I'm trying to actually focus on now. And also Tahlia and I do have a joint account that I post on. And so I do need to basically be posting on there like anywhere between like 3 to 10 times a week. And then on my personal, I post around like anywhere between 3 to 6 times a day. So I just want to show you, I guess, all of it, including like all of the content stuff, because I think last time I just showed you the client stuff. So yeah. I am starting this vlog on a Sunday because I do a lot of my work on a Sunday because it's Monday in Australia. A lot of my clients are Australian, and I also do a Sunday weekly recap. If you're watching my YouTube, there's a good chance you follow me on Instagram, but if not, every single Sunday I'll post a weekly recap on my stories of what I did. And I just basically started this 1.5 years ago because I was so sick of like being chronically on my phone and feeling like I had to post a story every day. So I just collate everything and then post exactly what I got up to Monday through Sunday on a Sunday. I've drafted all of that. I also need to edit 3 videos for Ultraviolet and go out and shoot that today, so I did that. I have edited 4 ads for the gym that I go to so that they can run that on paid advertising to acquire new members. I've uploaded my YouTube video, made the cover for that, and I'm about to post a post on LinkedIn about the masterclass that I'm running, so I need to post that on LinkedIn, and then we'll get into what I'm working on tonight. Forgot to journal this morning. I went to solid core this morning for the first time in 2 years, and I actually really liked it. So I didn't have a chance to journal because I was up at bloody 6:30 on a Sunday. So back to the vlog. Just uploaded my weekly recap. Normally takes around half an hour, to be honest, if not longer. And then, fun fact, I do a close friends weekly recap for my nearest and dearest. That includes a lot of scat photos. What else does it include? Just like ugly pics, basically, and like funny shit. I actually did think about making it like more like that on my, I don't know, we'll see. So now I need to draft that one. And then Tahlia and I are gonna eat dinner together. Cute. And I have to write, I probably won't actually be able to finish 2 strategies this evening, but I'm going to like outline them and come up with all the concepts for my new client that signed like a month ago. We had the initial like onboarding meeting about, when was that? Like a 1.5 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Which
it was, because it was on Wednesday.
Ran for around 4 hours, or 3 hours, sorry, and used Otter like IO, is that what it's called? Or Otter AI, yeah, to record the whole conversation. So I need to go back through and look through the notes. But I actually have a friend that works in like AI marketing, and she said that Granola is a lot better. So I'm going to try and set up that to record my meetings. But it's also like super helpful if you are trying to remember things, but also for me, I know that I can't take notes and stay engaged at the conversation at the same time. So it's like a great way to be across both and be able to look back at what you guys spoke about. But as I've mentioned before, I feel like I really do cook at nighttime. Like it's my most productive time. And on Mondays, I don't start the gym till 9:30. So I really don't like to have anything planned before then because I like to work later. So I write out my LinkedIn post here, and then I'll put the link to my masterclass, and there's only 50 spots. So Hopefully they do fill up, and then I'm just downloading this image that I want to add to the post to make it more engaging. Hey, we're back. So at the moment, I'm working on a strategy for a beverage brand and they have like a lot of health benefits. My clients, I don't like to have any brands that compete with each other. So I just make sure that no brands really have any crossover. For example, I used to work with Gem a lot. I don't work with them anymore because we worked together for like 4 years, and I was like, you just need a set of fresh eyes across your account, all of that stuff. Love them to bits. But they released a sunscreen recently, and then obviously one of my clients at the moment is Ultraviolet on a project, and I wouldn't have been able to take on Ultraviolet had I been working on Gem because of my own, I guess, like creative discretionaries. So like what I want to say. It's a fluffy way of saying like, you just don't want to give the same ideas to the same people. One of the brands is like a healthy drink. The next one is owned by the same company, but it is more of like a health drink, like a protein drink. So I need to write the strategy for both of those and kind of have like a context switch. So I'll do the healthy drink first, write out that full strategy, and then do the second one. And essentially when I say strategy, I feel like that word gets thrown around so much in marketing. Essentially what it means is I will hand them an initial content plan that they will test and run for around a month and a half. And we have like fortnightly check-ins, and basically they have an agency or a content creator that executes all of the content ideas I give them. And I'll give them like potential series ideas. I'll give them like hooks that they could use, how much they should be posting, like all of that stuff within the document. The reason I like working at nighttime is because I feel like my brain is actually so switched on. There's no distractions. I'm not like, oh my God, I'd rather be outside in the fresh air, all that stuff. I'm like really tired, but I know this is when my brain works the best, so I don't want to leave it until tomorrow because I'm presenting to them on my Wednesday night, so it's Sunday now, and I want to have it done before the end of day tomorrow, purely because I have a lot of other calls this week. I actually have a really exciting call, which I'll tell you more about, with a brand that's like massive in America. It's like actually crazy to me that they booked in a call, like drink this brand all the time, and it's like freaking me out. So I need to come up with ideas for them. So I want to have like a clear head and finish this and send that off. Okay, so this is kind of like what the deck looks like, and then I go through basically different examples, and you can see here it's like pretty much templated for me to put in relevant examples for the specific clients.
I heard you told him.
People might say like, what is in your strategy, or like what is the marketing kind of brain? So for example, at the moment, this brand has a really big cult following and good brand awareness outside of TikTok. And my job is essentially to come in and align their out-of-home media and their brand personality and kind of translate and tell them what to post on TikTok. Because right now it just feels like Reels, and I feel like the biggest thing is a lot of corporate companies don't know how to act on Reels because it's more of like a personality for the brand, and so they miss and they post ads and different things that never land. Because like, you know, when you get an ad on your, or like something that feels very like Instagram Reels on your TikTok, you can just like sense it from a mile away. Even at the start of the strategy, we talk about like their bio. So for example, I've given them team-centric, personification, and then different subcategories. So team-centric is something like, not sure how we ended up here, TBH. This is obviously very like aligned with their tone of voice document. Then there's like personification, and essentially that means like, do they want to personify their actual physical product? So say this was my product and this is what I was selling on TikTok. Do I want the POV to be from the person running the account and the team internally running the account, or do I want the personification of a product? So that means it could say like your emotional support water bottle, or like if you're reading this, sip out of me, and like the use of the word like me and I and the first person in relation to the product. It obviously sounds like really minor things, but the bio will essentially set up the client for how they're going to speak to their consumer. So that is like the first touch point if someone is coming over from a video. So we just want to make sure that the bio and every bit of content they're posting is very in line, because one, you can't have like, for example, you can't have like the drink bottle talking in one video, for example, and then the next video it's like the team and the internal team speaking, because it's very confusing for the audience. It honestly is just like these really little changes that will set up the account for success or failure. So for example, with Grilled, we made it team centric. So like a lot of the tone of voice and the way that we spoke to consumers would be from the team's point of view. For example, at the moment, the bio is, in case you missed it, we serve burgers, and the we insinuates that it's like from the team, and like we from the restaurant, we from the internal team. If it said, in case you missed it, I'm a burger, then you would personify the burger. Does that make sense? If you're ever wondering like how do we position ourselves and how do you start to like reframe exactly what the content is going to be, it starts like all the way back at the start. Where I'm always like hunched over like this. I'm like, bitch, just zoom in. Basically, don't mind my hair looking like a legit boy. I'm basically giving them my best recommendation, which is to create a mix of a personification of the brand and a mix of team content. In all of my slides, it might seem obvious to you if you work in marketing, but you always have to imagine that the people that you're presenting to don't actually know anything about TikTok. So you're essentially saying, I believe that you should do this, and this will be the strongest approach for you to grow your following or engagement, whatever their goal is. And the reason being is because here's some evidence, here are some accounts that have done it, and this is how it would look if you did it. So you basically have to lay out like 3 to 4 months worth of projections in the initial strategy, even though it could change. You just need to have it there for, I guess you just need to have it there so that they can see, like, it's like show you're working. You know when you're in school and you're in maths and they're like, how did you get to this answer? Like, show you're working. That's exactly what this whole presentation is. All right, so it's 11:30. I made a joke about this previously about how like when you're a girl, it's like, get your 3 liters of water in, get your protein in, eat healthy, get your steps in, plus work, plus see your friends, plus do all this. So I like to lay out my days. And the reason being is just that like it's a busy week, life, whatever you want to call it. I literally just do this in my notes app when people ask me. I used to use Asana religiously, but when people ask me like what apps do you use or what makes you more efficient, I literally, and it's so bad, just have every single thing in my notes app. And that's just like the way I like to look at it, as a checklist. Hello, I lied. Not on purpose, but it is midnight and I feel like my brain has just literally started to cook with ideas. So I'm just gonna keep working until I feel too tired. It's 7:45 and I am doing my emails that I got overnight, and then I'm gonna journal and then walk to the gym. So I've just gotten home from the gym, showered, etc. And did the journal. Admin. Okay, so we're in our admin/email phase, and I'm currently listening to a podcast I'll put on the screen here. So good. I really like one of the points he makes, which is about progress being painful. It might sound really dramatic, but one thing that my coach Jessie always says is like bite off more than you can chew, and chew like hell. And I definitely feel like that right now. Like if you want to get better at things and if you want to progress at anything in life, like it is painful, and not in like a physical pain way, but for example, like if I have so many clients and I have no work-life balance and I'm just like, feel like I'm working all the time, it is stressful and painful to kind of say no to social things or feel like I don't really have a life, or it might be stressful. Like you will never progress to that next level or that next marker that you want to get to unless you do have like an element of like something that is painful. Comes back to that thing, short-term pain, long-term gain. And what he talks about is you would rather it be that way than long-term pain, short-term gain. And by that, it's like trying to cheat the code and be like, what are all the shortcuts? Like what are the shortcuts to succeed? In reality, like those shortcuts will never lead you to exactly where you want to end up or your final goal. I was definitely feeling like a bit overwhelmed with the amount of work I have on, and it's all really great things. Like don't get me wrong, but that doesn't eliminate my feeling of feeling overwhelmed or stressed, or like if there's a lot of pressure riding on these like big companies wanting to do well. So I love to listen to his podcast to like realign my thoughts and just like lock the fuck in. Another thing he speaks about is focus. And a lot of the time people will say things like, ChatGPT can streamline like your processes and it's a shortcut, but in reality, like everyone's using it. So it's not a shortcut because every single person has access to it. When you think about like finding a shortcut to get to your desired goal, like the best way to do it is stop fucking around with like looking at like what programs are going to make me faster, or what, like I literally just use my notes app to log my whole day. And people are like, I don't know how you do that. I need to have like this program, and then this reminder set and da. But like by the time you set all those things up, like you could have just got the task done. And I was speaking to my coach this morning about it, and he was like, yeah, if I have someone to reply to, I'll go to put it on my to-do list. Like, make sure you reply to this email. By the time you put on the list, like you would have been halfway through the email. So definitely trying to, in 2025, just like get a lot more shit done. And this kind of relates to a lot of things. Like, I know I can be like lazy and messy around the house in terms of like, I make my bed every morning, but in terms of just like trying on outfits and then not putting them back, or like cooking breakfast and then like waiting until midday to like do the dishes. It's like, just literally do them so it's done, and it's not like sitting in the back of your mind that you could have done it. Like I mentioned, I'm going to go through all the emails that I missed last night / new ones, and then I need to finish off that strategy I was working on last night. So I have in my calendar to complete that by 2:30, so it gives me 2 hours to complete it. At 3 p.m. I need to start the new strategy, and then at 5 p.m. I need to finish that one. So I'm giving myself 2 hours to complete each one. The reason I've allocated 2 hours is because I've done about 7 or 8 hours of pre-work, so it shouldn't really take me that long to bring all the info together. However, there's just like a lot of education that needs to be done in this strategy, particularly because this client isn't familiar with TikTok. This sounds really dramatic, but I put myself on a social ban until Friday night, and what that means is essentially I am not meeting up with anyone for coffee or lunch or drinks or dinner or anything until Friday, because I just honestly have so much work to do that it distracts me, and it takes me a while to kind of like zone in and lock in, to be honest. Like if I go for lunch, for example, if I go to the gym at like 7 a.m, come home, kind of work, but no, I have lunch at 12, I feel like I can't focus. And that sounds really silly, but it's just the way that I work. Like if I know I have a dinner, I'm like, oh, like I feel like I can't like fully lock in. So putting myself on a social ban until Friday, but my friend Soph is having a going away on Friday, so I do need to go to that. At least in my head, from Monday to Thursday, there are so many hours to optimize like my time and really get organized and on top of it, so that heading into May / end of financial year, all of my clients feel super prepped and I feel really across everything. And in the podcast, he also speaks about how focus, it's just the elimination of other things. So for example, like focusing is saying no to social event. It is saying no to other like things that could be distractions. Like saying no to all those things allows you to focus on the task at hand. Like, yes, obviously you still need to like eat, drink and go to the gym and whatever. Instead of being like, I'm going to focus for 2 hours, like just saying no to all of that other stuff will force you to do the focusing, if that makes sense. Another big thing I would say is setting boundaries. When I first started freelancing, I would just tell people like, yep, I can do that like straight away and I can get moving on that strategy for you if they were like a really big client. Now I've gotten older and I've done a lot of strategies, I definitely set expectations. For example, this client I'm about to write the strategy for would be one of the bigger ones I would say that I've ever worked on. However, given all of my current workload and respect of my current clients, I essentially need to set expectations. So it's Monday and I told them that I can start working on the initial call with them in a week's time, and then the strategy will be delivered by the 1st of May. So I've given myself 3.5 weeks to do that. Whereas at the start of my career, I would just definitely be more of a people pleaser, because I definitely tend to be a people pleaser in my like personal life. And I would just say like, yep, I'll just like bust my balls to like really get it to them and not give myself like enough time. But if you are trying to go freelance, that is one of the biggest things, is essentially getting to the point where you've proven yourself enough to be basically setting your own expectations and boundaries. And that is something I would recommend to you if you want to enjoy the job that you're doing. I am essentially up to the bit where I'm giving them the content ideas, and because this company will largely focus on trends, which I don't actually normally recommend for anyone, but considering they're so well known, they actually don't need to do like much brand awareness piece. And we have like a lot of moving parts of like out of home media, like billboards and TVC and influencer, all of that stuff. So this is just like one part of the machine, like a cog in the machine that's going to make everything work really well. So I'm jumping on my only work call that I have tonight. It starts at 7:30 and goes till 8:15. It is a one-to-one consult on someone who runs a bridal business. So essentially my one-to-one consults, I go over like the series that they could do and kind of just audit their account for them. Aim is that they come out with action rules that they can execute themselves. This is a great option for people who don't want to come onto a retainer or don't have the budget to facilitate a retainer with me. Thing with creating your personal brand on TikTok, and this is what I do for pretty much all founders that I work with. When we talk about your positioning, instead of positioning yourself as on expanding it to other people or having it be like a big like kind of service offering, then that's so fine to have a personal touch to it. Just finished the strategy call and now I'm working on finishing the second strategy that I told you guys about. So it's the same partner company that owns both the brands, but this brand has a very different vibe, look and feel. It's a lot more serious. So it's good to have the call in between, because then you can like context switch. Be working on the first brand for a number of hours today and then context switch. And I think that is very important to be able to learn how to do. You can't have a client roster of say 5 to 10 clients and give them all the same ideas, and all the ideas need to be equally as good so that everyone feels like they're getting the most value and also getting a really good service. So it's really important to context switch so that you aren't providing the same exact strategy for every single client. I do have a lot of people tell me that they can tell when I am doing strategy for a client, which is funny. That definitely comes down to the tone of voice and positioning rather than the ideas, because no two clients of mine ever have the same content being executed. This client is definitely a lot more difficult because I tend to thrive on accounts that have a really fun personality, and this account is a lot more serious. Stereotypically and historically, we know that accounts that are more serious on TikTok don't perform as well because they don't have the relatability or personality aspect. Essentially, what I'm trying to do with this client is have more of a maintenance phase where they can be a little bit more educational on the platform in a very fun way that feels relevant to their target consumer. I will try and urge them to be a little bit more fun as well. 10:45 and I'm still going. I have just come up with the series idea for the second brand. I wrote on here with my rationale that on TikTok, familiarity breeds attention. And what I mean by that is that people love consistency. And that's why you'll find creators who have a niche or one style of video grow a lot faster. And why a lot of creators who try and be lifestyle creators from the start of their journey really struggle. Stuff.
Yep.
Then I need to add influencer and Instagram into. This is breakfast. We've got 2 fried eggs, some potatoes, and arugula with cherry tomatoes. This is like leftover breakfast. This is kind of giving like what you eat when you have no food in the house and you just need to like whip something together. I would say that today and tomorrow are my busiest work days of this week. So I need to have like a good breakfast so that I can just like lock in. But we don't have any more like Tupperware containers, so I ordered some on Amazon. They'll be here tomorrow, so I'm gonna cut that up tomorrow instead. I'll be messaging Tahlia and we'll like workshop a lot of the ideas that I have, and she'll basically say, yes, I love this, I know I don't love this, and she'll play devil's advocate and say like, I don't like this because da 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 da. Or I'll always send her like the brands I'm having calls with and say, I'm thinking of suggesting this, like what are your counter arguments? And it's really great to live with each other because we have very different skill sets. So I'm like the creative brain and then really bad at maths, and she is like so good at like email marketing, SEO, Amazon ads, Google ads. Like she's incredible at like data and very logical, whereas I'm very creative brain. So it's great to like have the opposite skill set to like bounce off each other. So I'm gonna send her the goals for the account that this brand has sent me. All right, about to jump in my work call. Tahlia needs to use my work phone, so I'm gonna go give this to her and then jump on my call. We're posting on Too Much Talking. If you don't know, we have a separate TikTok account
that I need to increase my cadence in posting on.
Happy Wednesday. It is 7:15-ish and I'm about to head to a coffee with this guy from my gym. He works in the marketing industry and he asked me to catch up for a coffee to like share insights and just like basically like network, I would say. He goes to a lot of conferences and different things like that. So I'm really keen to connect, like learn a little bit more about like what he does and see if we can have any like exchange of information. I feel like doing this is really great when you work from home all the time and you work by yourself because you don't have anyone to talk to. Walking home, if you guys follow me for like the fitness style content, I would definitely say this is the only way I can get my steps in every single day, and I don't manage to do it every single day. I don't try my best. If I tried my best, I'd get it in every day, but I do try. So I walk to and from the gym because I find that's like the most effective way and the best way for me to try and get my steps in. We are gonna make some breakfast. We're making this kind of like cottage cheese tart thing. And then grab your wraps and make this little like indent with them. Has been raving about them as like a vlogging camera because it's like small, compact, but still give you that like camera feel. See how these are looking. I think they might be done. Oh, okay. They look pretty good. That looks good, no? Or am I just convincing myself that it does? Yum. Okay, do you guys find this setting annoying? Where like the thing like moves with you and it detects your face and then like moves around. Personally for me, I find it like a little bit motion sicknessy, like if I do this and it's like moving around all the time, but some people really like it and that way I don't have to move the camera around as much, but even if you move like slightly it'll move. So one of the videos I filmed had a section called March favorites, so now I need to go into my shop and essentially make like a March favorites folder. Essentially you have like your collections here, you're going to create a new one and then I want to bump it up with using these little hamburgers to move it up so that when people land on my shop it's like the second thing they see. It'll say add collection. Here, I'm going to put in March favorites. To make some slight adjustments to the strategy that I did before I presented at 8 p.m. my time, and I have a one-to-one consult booked at 7 p.m. So considering it's only 3, no, I'm counting in my head, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 4 hours to prep, and the great thing is, as you saw, I prepped my food yesterday, so I don't need to do that. I just have it like all ready to go for dinner. So from 3 until probably like for the next hour, I'll edit all my videos, draft all of them, and captions, like all of that stuff. Edit a little bit of this vlog. I edit as I go with YouTube, otherwise I get too confused when I'm doing a weekly vlog on like what day, what happened, if I walked to the gym, like all of that stuff. So, all right, so the guy that I met up with this morning had some really cool insights, and we actually have a fair few clients crossover, and he works at this brand called Tracksuit, and essentially they use data from surveys. Say my client was McDonald's. Obviously it's not. Say my client was McDonald's, I could see compared to all the other fast food chains exactly how they're trending and tracking, and so many different insights, like in terms of words that people associate with them, if they're tracking, if the fast food industry as a whole is tracking upwards or downwards, what our percentage is related to that. Just going through how I could utilize that to essentially help my client strategy. So if I know that 2 competitors are going after the same word like tasty or taste, then I can be like, okay, cool, let's reverse engineer the content strategy to focus heavily on like people eating, ASMR eating, mukbangs, like all of that stuff, and focus on trigger words associated with taste, because that's what we're trying to compete with. Anyway, he had some really cool insights and goes to a lot of conferences and is just like a wealth of knowledge. So I'm going to email him now for a few things. These have actually been on for 4 weeks. The only reason I want to get them changed is because I always leave my nails on for too long to the point where they start to break. So I don't want to get to that point because last time I broke it, it really hurt. Tahlia just got home and she'll come straight into my room.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey. What have you got? What is it?
Do you mind if I
But it's look,
quickly film
it's
them,
your new
actually?
friend.
Who? Ah!
Yeah, can you take your shoes off though,
Oh my
please?
god, yes, of course. Sorry, I'm really bad at doing that.
Nasty. We're a no shoes household, in case you're wondering. For most part. Unless we come home from a night out. Oh my god, your eyeball!
I know.
Oh, also, how ugly are these shoes?
Oh wow, really pale, hey. I think there is such a market for what? Fuck! Okay.
Oh yeah, I love these.
Wait, so do you mind if I have a look through this?
Go nutty bananas, girlfriend.
Oh, what? You got any sweats? Oh, they feel
I'll get my
pretty
nails
soft,
done tomorrow, by the
I was
way.
gonna ask if you had booked them in.
Well, I was like, I could leave it for like a whole nother week, I reckon.
I can
But
just do it.
I just think if I break one, I will be... Oh yeah, my meshki.
How does this look?
I just think it looks basic as fuck. And I also think you don't absolutely love it when you try it on. Like,
Yeah.
that's like $200 or 200 and something dollars, $50, say, for the set.
Well, they don't do full refunds.
Oh, this. So tragic. Me trying to work out how to wear it for like the whole time. Like, do you get
Wait,
me?
how
'Cause
is it?
the arm sleeves are like separate.
Oh.
So then it's like you get
What,
this
did you think they
line.
were together?
Yeah, you get this line here.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry. Look.
Again! Shampoo and conditioner I import from Korea. Thinking about the price rise I ordered. Because she's so not like that.
I remember you were like,
Who is this broad?
even her just walking up to Acme, like, and we're like, where we have?
That one like... Oh, I bought the polka dot top
Oh,
and the polka dot pants.
Nice. Wait, the black?
Or the red.
The
and
black.
white.
And then
Nice.
I also purchased... What else did I purchase?
Also, Michelle didn't reply to me.
Oh. Maybe I didn't actually check out at Supre.
Oh, that set. How good.
I was trying to work out if I'm going to wear the track pants because I was like, well, I do want these other track pants
It
from
looks-
Curated by Muse.
I think it would look so cute with a little pink tank.
Yeah, that's what I had in my... That's what I literally had in my cart. You're reading my bloody mind. And it is a very... Yeah, it's a tricky account to run because A, you have like obviously the alcohol guidelines and then also you have no one that wants to be face to camera. I just finished my call. It was so great. Like, I just feel like other marketing girls, I'm like, there's a reason, like, so many of my friends work in marketing back at home. Everyone just, like, has, like, such a great personality. So, they were really great. Now I'm going to, I have my next call, like, the big strategy that I've been working on all week, in 10 minutes time, which is kind of nerve-wracking. So I'm just going to quickly send my nail lady my Pinterest inspo for my nails. Yeah. So let's get into it. Right. So it's great that you have that like packaging personification of the brand. It's this is also like future brand building. So it's like whilst that product, like to your point, is trending now, say in a year's time, everyone's like, we don't want to drink that anymore. Yeah. Here. And the option on the left is by my favorite brand on TikTok, Interact together. So human and inanimate object. And then you have team. So you can kind of have like a bit of a mix of both. I would lean to have like 70% be the personification content and then break the decks via WeTransfer. I feel like if you don't use WeTransfer, it's basically a great program, like a web app that, oh, not even like a website that you can use to transfer like larger files. I feel like I've been using it since my agency days and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. This specific project, I'm working with another consultant who is working on the HR side, so the hiring, and she also works in distribution internationally. So she does that element and then has brought me on as the strategy consultant for social/influencer. So after the call, we kind of just sync and let each other know like where we're at and what's going on. It's almost like having like a little teammate that you don't really need to check in with every day, but after every big like milestone, whether that's like a presentation or if we're doing like a tandem meeting, like we touch base and basically just share info. Hair actually looking like a bird's nest. Oh my God, no wonder I'm single. Sorry, I actually can't take myself seriously. I'm quickly going through all my emails. I feel like I have 75 emails that I need to respond to. I missed a lot of them yesterday when I was working on strategy because I was trying to be locked in. Relatively early bedtime for me. It is only 11 o'clock, which is great. I need to get up at 6. This like Kit Skin perfume. It's basically just like this calm smelling thing. Then I have this Goodnight Pillow Mist. I spray it every single night before I sleep. Last thing I want to put on is Laneige, the goat. I'm trying to decide if I want to take you to my weekend plans. I sound like a fuckboy trying to introduce you to my parents, but...
Wait, does it follow you? What do you mean it's detecting my face?
And then if you move, like...
Hi, Larry.
Is that a camera? Yeah.
It's a gimbal.
I see. That's like a bit like pedophile. Upskirting with that. You would think that, you little freak.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, this thing, like,
Larry.
Larry.
I thought it was just like a tripod.
Yeah.
I want him.
I want one. It's worked out. Now I'm gonna go grab coffee. Oh. See you. Alright, well.
Not the response we wanted.
I was like,
Right there.
oh my God. Can we just grab a cold brew, please? Yeah. No, thank you. Perfect, thanks so much. Had coffee, biked home. Honestly, it's still freezing in New York. Like, I don't know why it's still so cold. I feel like this winter has literally been going on for like 10 years, but I want to pick up some flowers. The flowers I get, they're nothing special, but I just think it like adds a really nice element to your room of like... Where are the ones? I get these ones. Hey, how are you? Who's that someone to let me in?
Sure.
Thank you. Embarrassing when that happens. I don't know why, it's just like the biggest ear come. Starving Marvin. So hungry. So Tahlia's favourite flowers are white roses, but they didn't have any, so I got these pink kind of ones. So hopefully she likes them. Hey. She has like all her stuff, and then these can be in the corner. Cute. Quickly eat. And then I'm going to get my nails done, so I need to find some inspo to send to her. Alrighty, I am going to get my nails done now. It's 9:45 and my appointment's at 10. So let's go. I'm being really boring today. I'm getting a set that I've gotten before. Thanks.
Judy? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was getting it like a couple months, but no.
day. I have to go. Yeah, I have to work. Boring. People always ask me like if I get bored when I get my nails done, but in reality, like, not really. I just like think it's such a nice time to relax. Look through my emails, edit my videos. Like, there's so many things that you can do while you sit there, and it always makes you feel so good. Like, they're just so cute. I'll show you properly when I'm inside. It's a bit windy. I wonder if this is picking up. Gonna make some pasta. Also, oh fuck, our painting did fall off, so that's not fun. I didn't think I was gonna eat my, oh, do I want to make pasta? I feel like pasta. This is the dilemma. But, I need to finish eating my chicken. It's like rock solid. Gonna defrost this, Biddy. Libs, pounds. Why is it libs, LBS? I don't know how many fucking pounds that is. Like, it says 12 minutes. Oh, fucking oath, you'd hate to be hungry. These are my nails. How cute are they? Love them. I've actually gotten this set like quite a few times. If you are cutting up a cantaloupe and you put it in your bin, the inside seed bit will make your bin literally smell so bad. So after you de-seed it, you want to throw, like, put it in a separate bag and throw it away. Don't put it in your bin or else it'll literally smell so bad. Wegmans just got delivered some eggs. I don't know if anyone else's mum taught them this, when you like put your hands through the eggs to make sure none of them are broken. Put the eggs to see if they move, and if they're stuck, it generally means they're cracked at the bottom. All right, so I got some peanut butter, pasta sauce, tomatoes. Dinner duty on Sunday, so I got some chicken breast because I'm gonna make chicken katsu. Had any crushes on, like, that's a bigger issue, like pool, darts, whatever. He was like, yeah, but if we do, like, that won't be happening for 2 weeks because, like, I'm going away for Christmas. I'm like, yeah, no shit, brother, like, I'm also got Christmas and New Year's plans. Anyway, I was just a bit defensive and I was like, okay, if that's how you want to end it, sure. No, but you're not trying either. That's the whole point. Neither of us are trying, but like, you actually do what? Fall in love with them. Yeah. Just a lover girl at heart, you know? Lover girl. Oh yeah, Caitlin got asked on a date. I thought that was really nice, actually. Caitlin got a message from a guy. She had met him before in person. He had then followed up at a pub. At a pub. Oh, sorry, he had followed up with a message. She replied. It was like a bit of back and forth banter. That was it. And then, as a follow-up, he goes, hey, I'm about to go out for a quick bite for dinner. Like, thought of you. Would you like to join? I just thought that was so nice because if it's a quick bite, that means it's chill. You're probably gonna get like ramen, pho, I don't know, something really easy to eat, and you're probably only gonna be there for approximately like an hour, unless by chance it goes really, really well and you end up just staying there and yapping on. Caitlin unfortunately couldn't actually make it, but we were saying that no, you had work calls, didn't you? No. We were saying that as a chill, casual date, I actually really liked that idea. Well, that's like more your vibe though. Like well, yeah, because you don't like listening to people eat. So anyway, we're both, I think, gonna try and go on one date a month. I'd said at the start, I can't do that. Like, even just for like a little bit of fun. But like, I don't find them fun. Yeah, no, trust me, neither. But at least you get a funny story out of it. Like, it's the after. You're gonna remember that. Yeah, it's for you. It's for Tony, it's for Tony. I'm on the date. It's for Tony, it's for Tony. I'm not here because I want to be. It's for Tony. Do you have any eyeliner in there? No. Bronzing sticks? This one's on you, Tony. Wife's pain. Shared finance call. Please. See, I'm not normally the back seater. Thank you.
I love the way you say it. Sorry.
Probably so tired that it'll
I think the other wine glass is still sitting down there. Cute.
Oh, is this a little GoPro moment?
Yeah.
I love that. Wait, am I in the shot?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Are you vlogging?
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
nice.
I'm about to graduate this year.
Yeah.
I graduated. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with like this stuff. I mean, so I have like 3 years like post-grad with like my degree.
Yummy, yummy. That is really good.
Do you reckon that's sweet?
Yeah, it looks jammy.
He said it was nutty.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Cute, man. Trouble.
Oh god.
Anyway, so we're going to bike home because it's a right 42 degrees out, which is about 5 degrees Celsius.
Yep.
You're a bit of me. Fun fact, I'm so woo-woo. This thing came up on my For You page last night. No captions, no hashtags. It was like, you have been listening to this song. And I was like, my jaw was on the floor. And it was like, you've been working really hard. You're the busiest you've ever been. In the next 3 months, you're actually going to see like a fruitful financial situation.
Oh, so you'll be fine for Europe.
And then it was like,
That's what
and
you're telling me.
new love interest. I was like, don't need that. Not claiming.
New love interest?
In the comments, not claiming, not claiming.
What the?
They have cockroaches. Nah, and the West Village is really beautiful. We're just too poor to live here.
For what we want.
For what we want. And anyone that tells you, oh, New York's actually not that expensive, fucking tell them
It
that.
is.
They're liars.
It is. They're fibbing.
It's so expensive. I will never financially recover. Literally
We'll never.
Sorry.
Financially
We
recover.
will never financially recover. And you know what? I don't even know how much financially we need to recover from because that's on you.
No, we're fine. Right, I really want to eat one of these lollies now. Lollies. Wait, what one should we have first?
Taste test.
Are you going to have one of your alligators?
Taste test. Taste test. You want to do this or no? I thought that was going to be more like the one at King's Swimming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, I know something that's like king swimming.
I want that. I do always think that about when we saw, which guy did we see when we were on the bike? And we were going over the cobblestones.
Oh, Jay?
No. No. Oh, no! It was Tahlia and I were going city biking. Oh my god, my hair looks like a
It was
mullet.
like peak winter.
We were city biking and we're going over like all these cobblestones in Soho. And then we just hear this like really attractive man that we know being like, Tahlia! And we would have been like full hunched over like the biggest
It
dick.
was literally like this. Imagine like my big papa like this.
Oh, that's so fun. Hey.
Glass goes off at me. Oh. Everywhere. We're not becoming friends with like 2 girls next to us though. I didn't even touch it. I swear to God. I actually swear to God, I did not touch it. It was like the table was slanted.
Do you want to be honest?
Do I want to be honest?
No, how are you?
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
Why?
I was just thinking like, I just look like an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, like when they would come to things together and stuff, and I would just be like, oh, they're just friends.
I don't think you look like an idiot.
So, whatever. I've done a lot of mental gymnastics, and I think a lot of the time, like, it's so easy to villainize, like, the woman when a guy fucks you over.
Yeah.
But, like, the girl actually hasn't done anything wrong. Like, she's well within her right of living her life. He's, like, the one in the middle, so he's the problem. Do you know what I mean? Who do you want me to message? Oh. He's in LA.
Wait, we're talking about the same person?
No. Oh. Oh. No. That would be cheeky.
Chance for deaths.
I don't like that.
No, I feel
The
like...
helicopter today, that was really, really sad.
Yeah.
You didn't like it? Sorry, I just,
None of the half eaten.
The
Oh,
video... Did you guys see the
don't
video of
yell
the
at me.
helicopter? I'm out on plans.
You're about to get on one.
Yeah, my doctor wouldn't even give me Xanax or whatever it's called.
Of course. Love you.
See you in the morning.
Have the best sleep
Have you
ever.
got coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to work out if I'm gonna bike there or if I'm gonna subway.
I'll probably bike.
It's like just past the
Like,
Wegmans, yeah?
Get off at Wegmans. Or you could try and get, you need to...
Get off at Astor. Need some gloves, but I can't find mine, so I'm gonna borrow Tony's. Maybe she took hers. Actually love these people that I'm seeing. They're like, we call them our gym friends, but they're our really good friends that we met at the gym when we first moved here. And because we would train together, like we used to train together, we would see each other all the time, but now everyone's in like different groups. Like I obviously do my like PT and then have a different group. So we try and catch up each Friday for coffee. I've definitely missed the last few just because I've been busy or working out. So I'm so excited to see them. Alright. That is why you always city bike. Like I came from right downtown, like right downtown to Wegmans with me 9 minutes. Hi. Baby girl. Alright, let's do some B-roll. Little
10-minute flight, same time from the beach. So, and then like her brother and...
Can I see photos, please?
Yeah. I was like, you don't even like them. I guess I'm loving her again. I was going to love it.
More expensive as you go further into the year.
Yes.
What's that?
How are we this morning?
Saffron and Ryan.
Is Larry just recording at all times?
Hi, darling. How are you? So nice to see you.
Hi, Jessica. Oh, wait. Whoa, look at Larry turn. Oh my god, Larry is seamless.
Hi, sweetie pie. That's so crazy. Oh no, it's on me. Sorry. For some reason my skin feels really irritated, like rashy and just like not great, but that's okay. Room's a mess as per. Going to meet Chica Bonita now. Okay, so she's based downtown like us, which is actually really helpful. We need to like film different things last minute, so walking over to meet her for coffee. What else I got? Bao buns. Just met with our potential PA. She's fucking great. We just got shushed in a coffee store. They're like, can you please be quiet? I can't hear my sister speak. Sorry, forgot you were in a public place, you idiots. Fucking hell, God forbid we actually like our life. You're not even trying to enjoy the ambiance. I know what like the best seller is.
Oh, the best seller?
Wait, what is that? Chicken salad. Credit card. Thanks, mommy. Mum paid.
Those photos I sent to the group chat, that was April 25th. Oh, like later. Yeah, so I can wait. This is like the rough outline. Yeah. I want to like look at other people. It's alright.
Hey. Flat out.
Where are you going? It's a Saturday morning.
Hi guys, welcome to Saturday. It's not on you. Do you want it to be on you? No, it is. Bye. I'm going to Bubby's with Julia.
Oh, that'll be fun, though.
Yeah, I love Bubby's. Like, wow. And this is our soup. Yummy. Put your, like, whole life online. And your, like, personal YouTube, and then your personal work, and then your body confidence stuff, and then
It's a lot.
too much talking, you have to be really funny, and then on too much talking YouTube, you have to be yourself, then you can't like say certain things. How actually feeling, you know? Okay, well what actually is your ideal split then? Because like, I know we joke about, ooh, full-time influencer would be so easy, but I'm like, but then you wouldn't have any like, you wouldn't be working on anything, like your brain wouldn't be working, obviously.
I think it's being able to have the power to choose, which I feel like you really are going in that direction anyway. I feel like it's having the power to choose who your clients are and what you want to work on, and not having like any...
Yeah, well I was thinking even last week, like I sent like 15 rejection emails.
from people wanting to be retainer clients.
There you go.
But it's like in
Were
my
they
head.
just all small businesses or?
Or just things I didn't think I could do. Like,
But I think that's even if you compare last year to this year, the difference between your clients and that like you weren't saying no
with,
to
like,
people,
Celsius.
would take on people, and you would end up actually hating your
roster. Hey, originally we had like this scope.
Yeah.
And I know I quoted this, but the hours actually ended up being this. Essentially, it would be a $6,000 USD loss.
Mm-hmm.
But like I haven't put in the spreadsheet yet, so it's not like we're accounting for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for the sake of the business relationship, we do like your outfit video or whatever between like 9:30 and 10. Do you know what I mean? Like we're already out and about. And for YouTube.
Wait, did you guys find an assistant?
We did hire someone.
Oh, you hired her?
Yeah.
Thanks so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, she's actually really great.
Over 100 and something emails.
You're lying.
Yeah.
But you're also doing
No.
$1 an hour. Really?
Yeah. Refund.
50.
I'm like, am I reading this?
$100,000. Lots of zeros.
Wait, what does it say? What does it say? What does it
He
say?
said, oh, 50 now that you said that.
I know. I think I'm gonna go. No, you know what? I think I'm gonna go mid-20s. Like, has it jumped more in New York though? Like, how many?
Oh yeah, what's the average?
That was your original
I
question.
know that was my.
UVA both days.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's out. Like, the lady was like, do you not work with any of us? And it's like, yeah, I like to work with. And it's like, okay, well,
B. Actually, kind of would be locked in for a movie.
Really?
No.
You know what? I think that might be a movie I have seen.
It's literally 8:45 on a Friday. I'm going to on a Saturday. I'm going to bed because I'm getting up at 6 for solid core. So
That was disgusting. Oh god, I've overcooked them.
Have you ever had a plantain?
Yes, I hate them. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. The other day I thought it was a crispy banana in my burrito bowl as a little dessert snack.
Plantain. I actually don't mind a plantain.
I don't think I've ever had a plantain.
That is a
Plain
really,
yogurt.
really beautiful breakfast.
Thanks.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
You have high blood pressure.
Yeah, actually so true. Not fucking
You're
Vegemite.
not having steak sandwiches anymore. I'm putting my foot down.
No, I need the protein.
No, you don't.
Okay, well I'll have that, but with a little bit of steak.
No, you will not. You will go to the cardiologist.
I will go to the cardiologist. and
When are you
I'll ask
going?
him.
I'll ask him how long I've...
New York City in 19